It may not look like a lot, but this is actually a rather interesting assortment of things in front of you. And this video is going to be quite long because of it, because this is going to take me ages to sort through. So welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a bit of an unboxing, a bit of discussion, and also a bit of a justification of why I haven't really been uploading videos. The next video I really wanted to do was the take-along card collection, but I've kept putting it off because there were things in this lot that I really wanted to get in first before I went and filmed the character card collection video. So without further ado, let's sort of get started with some bits and pieces. I think really we'll just start with what's on the top. Starting with this. This is a 2007 Catherine. A bit of an oddity. This one's in quite good condition with the 10-2 also coded. Or the sort of the truck, I suppose. It's so weird to see an item that's coded but with no name. I think this may be the only item they ever did that's like that. Thinking about it, funnily enough, I can't think of another character or part. If you know any, just sound off in the description. But I think that's the only one. What else we got? We've got a '06 Annie, which you may be going, why is there an '06 Annie? I mean, it's in good nick, but it's just a random '06 Annie. And we have I think a similar year. An '06 Clarabelle. So I think these will make sense later, but just for now, they're off to the side. All right, next box. Okay. Some interesting shit in here. There's a bit for everything in this lot, I think. Another Catherine. This is a non-coded example, however, but I think it is a 2003. Oh, it's an 02 Catherine. Not as good condition, but again, there's a reason. There's a reason for this. Again, this can just go over here. Trying to remember what this. I think this has to do with the character card I got. It's just a 2000 Terrence, I believe. 2000? 99, although I've never actually got a Terrence with treads. So this is just weird for me. This was from Ryan. This is an 09 Thomas. This will go with my 09 collection. I picked it up from him because it was relatively cheap. I think it was about 30 bucks. It's a Thomas, you know. Nothing really special. An early TF example, but just an 09 Thomas. This is cool. Now, this is one of those items where you, at first glance, it's quite dull, but then when you actually see it, you'll go, oh, what? This is something that's very rarely talked about. I think even within take-along collecting. This is actually an international Annie. This is the first ever international style. And you can see it's a bit odd. You're basically looking at the US box, but with international text. Look, these things are very rare, very unusual, and you just don't really see them. I've seen a few characters. This is an 02. I'm gonna have to look into this because that's actually the interesting. That's the coding style of the F codes. This is actually quite a bit different than what I'm used to. I've never seen an item with the F codes for take along. Not sure if it's an international card. It may be. I'd have to open it up to really look, but I'm not going to do that. I might compare it to another international I have, the Percy, and we'll see. Which brings us to character cards. And look, yeah, this is going to be a big one, so let's just get started, I guess. So we have a selection of pamphlets. Just a very big selection. I don't know if any of these are international. I'd have to have a proper look, but I don't think so. I think these are all US. Well, let's get cracking. If I sound a little bit weird as well, I just have a cold. I don't know how many of these I need, but there are some good ones to start us off. So, Thomas and the New Trucks. That one's a neat one. Very rare card too. These don't show up that often in lots. It's an 07 too, but that style. And a cut Iron Arian Burt, which is unfortunate. But, you know, I think I still need that one. Elizabeth. Bulgy. Butch. Rosie. Trevor. Hector with this style. Whiff. Madge. Billy. Ned. George. Fearless Freddy. Bertie. Peter Sam. Okay, now these are cool. Stepney. And then you have some of what I think are some really cool cards. These I've seen a bit more often now, but these come from, I think, the Carnival 4-pack. You have the Carnival cars, the Carnival Toby, and the Poppin' Popcorn car. Basically just very slight variations on the normal for these. These are all from a certain set, so different images. Really cool cards. I've always thought they were a bit rare, but I'm starting to see more and more of them. So, not 100% sure, but you see most of these are pretty bog standard. Still cool to see a lot of yellows, but pretty bog standard cards. Annie and Clarabelle, Alfie, Toad, Mike. What year is this? 2004? 05 Mike. Very worn Duncan. Dennis. Spencer. Harold. I think I've got all the Harolds. I'll have to double check. Scarloey. Emily. Mighty Mac. Sir Handel. Arthur. Elizabeth. And Duncan. Let's just quickly organize these cards into just basically a few different piles. Alright, so we've got, because there's going to be a lot of cards. Yellow text, blue text, but not O2. Yellow. Yellow, they're all yellows. Except that one, which is that. I can't remember if this was 1 or 2 lots. Might have been a few. Let's keep going, though. Edward. Diesel 10. Molly. Rheneas. Neville. Cool one. Soda Birthday Celebration cards. The Percy variant. Diesel. Fergus. Coldy. Bill and Ben. Now, I sort of just want to rush through some of these because there isn't a lot to say about some take-alongs. Sort of the ones I've stopped at are the really cool ones. I mean, like, these are pretty cool. Thomas and the Easter Train, which is really, really awesome card. I remember having this set as a kid. Oh no, I had the earlier one. And the Thomas and the Holiday cars. Also went later one at 07. I don't have ones this late. Honestly, these cards kind of frustrate me because they don't fit in the proper binders. So you kind of got to double them up. It's just really weird. So that's the first lot. We also have this yearbook. I think this is an 08 International yearbook. There's some cool things in here. These really deserve their own video. Like, you see there's some weird things like that's a take-along whiff. You still have lights and sounds. God, this desk is terrible. Forgot how bad it was. You still have lights and sounds being advertised. Right there. Hold up. Why is it advertised as James Intender? None of the other characters are advertised. It's not Douglas Intender or Gordon Intender. It's just for some fucking reason it's James Intender. Also, why is he on the other? Like this feels a bit odd. Why is he not on the character page? It's just weird. Playsets. There you go. I love that set. You had a really weird assortment in the international markets. Like, damn. Just fucking weird. That's a cool picture of the rolling crane. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. I mean, like, yeah, these are awesome. I love these. I'll put it off that off to this side. We'll leave that lot till last. Yeah, how are these cards before? This was like 20 bucks. I can't remember exactly. This was like 20 bucks though. Let's just get started, I guess. Who the fuck bought this many of them? Like, fucking hell. Alright, let's just organize. So I guess let's flip them over. Let's start from this side. Fucking hell. So these are all like the foils, which I think from my understanding are some of the rarer ones. So there's Percy. Diesel 10. James. Diesel 10. Lady. Thomas. James. Thomas. I'm going to stop saying them. You literally cannot make this shit up. I forgot I even was getting this lot, I'll be completely honest. What is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying not to touch them too much without the sleeves. That's 6 ladies. Is it 6 of everyone? No, there's more Jameses here, definitely. 8 Jameses. 7 Thomases. I think Percy's there's only 4. Only 4, but I know only 4. Diesel 10s though, 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Diesel 10s. And that's just in your like foils. I think that's the full foil set. There's only 5. That's the full foil set several times over. Okay. Try and angle this down actually to make this easier for myself. Duck and the Troublesome Trucks. That's a single digit. Henry and Terrence. Thomas atop them. Okay. I'm not even going to call them out. Let's just lay them out. I'm going to be a bit surprised if I don't have the full set here. There's 20 of these. Although there's a lot of duplicates. That's a cool one. Boulder and Rusty. That's just so cursed. Why is it Boulder and Rusty? Oh, that's a cool one. Didn't know they made that one. Boko and Edward. That's weird. Donald Douglas, that makes some sense. Yep. Yeah. I dropped one. What, James and Trevor, is that related to the... That's the busiest the bit. That's James Goes Buzz Buzz, yeah. This is ludicrous. Like, this is actually ludicrous. This cost me like nothing. Thomas and Terrence. What's Henry and Terrence? Thinking about it, what the fuck is Henry and Terrence? Oh, the forest. Of course. I just can't. Like, this is just stupid. Rheneas and Duncan. Thomas and Gordon. You know what's funny? I'm not even sure this is the full set. like, I have the feeling some of it, like, this is in all of them. We'll check after I finish here. That's got to be Bit Trees, the Trouble with Trees. So Handling Duke's a new one. Let's just basically take stock. Alright, so there are 20 in this set, I believe. So Thomas Percy and Cranky is number 1, and I just got 5 of them. Okay, what might be number 2? I'm terrible, that's 18. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 19. Wait, what? I am actually missing. What? You're shitting me. I had 19 piles. 15, 8, 13. Oh. Let me just get these into an order and I will be right back. Alright, you ain't gonna fucking believe this. I am actually missing one. Despite having like fucking 40 of these. Which one am I missing? I'm missing, I think it's 14. Yeah. You know, let me go check my other folder. Let me see if I actually have a copy of 14. If not, this is going to be fucking hilarious. Because I was trying to actually finish the set with this. God damn it. I don't have 14. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. I'm missing one. All the cards in the fucking world, and I'm missing one. I don't even know what 14 is. Okay, I guess... I got more than one of each, except for 14. That's just hilarious. Alright. I don't even know if I want to put you through this. You know what, just let's not sort through these today. All you need to know is that, yeah, there's a shitload. I'm pretty sure this will be the full set. I might check. I might do a short after the facting, checking in, going, yeah, it was the full set or not. But disappointing. I'm one card off. That's frustrating. All right, they're just gonna sit there while we move on because there's a lot to get through. My God, there's a lot to get through. I think I'm in card hell, like, honestly. I guess let's just start piecing this together. I bought all of these off Ryan, by the way. And yeah, maybe that wasn't the best move. We'll start off with these. These were one thing I did buy in the US because they're like $1 each. Now, I'm 90% sure these all just have the same cards in them. You know what? Screw it. There's so many of these. I'm just going to crack 2 of them open. Let's have a look. Let's crack one open. Let's crack a couple. Let's crack 2 of them open and see if it's just the same cards. I think these are part of the Great Discovery. Stanley, Edward, Harold, Lady. Let's crack another set. There are a few different options this seller had, but these were like literally $1 each, and I went, screw it. Edward, Lady. Yeah, okay, they're the same. So just a heads up, never buy the same pack twice. Because now I've ended up with the same fucking 4. I don't know if you can tell, I'm very sleep deprived. And fucking end up with the same 4 fucking characters. Like 7 or 8 times, which is hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, I'm going to take this card out and sleeve it up right away because this is literally the best card in my collection. Absolute smells. It actually smells. Okay, guys. It was me. I did this. for those of you who don't know, this was a card that was on eBay for like $200 for months and months, even going on about a year. And me and Ryan would always see it, and we'd always go, it's that fucking card again. And, like, it was funny. It got to the point where the guy actually lowered the price significantly. And I kind of just went, oh, sod it. I may as well fucking buy it. It's like $10. Partly because I need the card, partly because it was funny. It's so shit. Like, this is just fucking cooked condition-wise. 07 too, so they're both 07s. But partly because it was funny. Now, I can't even begin to sort of explain what the fuck is going on here. The only issue with character card lots like this is that there's just so much going on that it's kind of hard for me to explain. Like here, there is 5 Rusties here. Straight up, just 5 Rusties. Some of these I need for my collection, others I don't. I mean, like, do I really need 3 more Lorry with flatbeds? Probably not. Do I need, like, 2 more aquarium cars or 3 more butchers? Probably not. The thing is, I really need to sell these damn things because I keep buying them. I just hoard them. I have probably, I think Ryan estimated I had about 700, and I think that that's probably about right. And that's 700 spares, to be clear. That's not 700 cards in total. That's 700 spares. Like, there you go. There's 2 Bertrams. There's a few Rickettys. A couple different styles. I'm going to run out of space. There's, like, the full Magic Railroad set, which I already have. All US, I believe. Yep. So, look, there's a lot of just, you know, your general character cards in here. Sawmill Log Car. Cargo Cars. Northwest Brake Fan. You know, it's like I said, it's just your sort of your basic cards. So I'm not going to go into massive depth on a lot of these. I'm just going to roughly group them by style. And then we'll just sort of move on to the more interesting ones, I suppose would be the best way to sort of put that. So I'm just going to roughly group them by style. Some are in great condition, some aren't. This is part of a massive lot that sort of me and Ryan shared. There were some things he needed, some things I needed. And basically got out what we needed, and I ended up buying the rest. So, just roughly organize them in terms of styles. Mostly early ones, which is interesting. I will say that the more I collect, the more I go that the 01 style... Sorry, I'm hearing voices. I think I'm losing my mind. The more and more I collect, the more I go the 01 style is one of the best styles to collect. Because the curve for it, also the difficulty to collect, isn't too bad compared to some other styles. There's still some rare cards, don't get me wrong. But compared to others, just not as many. There's a few here I'm going to sleeve up straight away. I mean, just like a Duncan Dominique. That's kind of cool. That would be an 05. Not necessarily a rare card, but quite nice. I'll put the internationals off to the side. What else we got here? Again, just sheer absolute quantity of the style 5s, I think. Tar tanker and fuel car, they're cool. They're very cool. Some milk tankers, some soda line cabooses, a lot of soda line cabooses. Mavis, very nice card. I love this Terrence. I think the other one that I think there's another one in this slot that's really cool too. Couple of daisies, Bills and Bens, Diesel, Clarabelles, Annie's, Douglas, Duck the Great Western Pannier Tank Engine. The fucking dumbest name. Duck. Bertie, including a Bertie de Bus. And then this, really cool. I love this style of birdie. It's just, it's very hard to find this birdie. Or at least compared to this style of birdie, it's somewhat harder to find this birdie. So those are actually O2s. 2000 Toby. Toby is a bitch. Trying to find a 99 Toby, just, I think there might be one in this lot. Like, it's like trying to find an 01 Toby. The It's just not the most common. Percy, James the Red Engine. If anyone needs character cards, by the way, just hit me up. I mean, like, there's a couple of 02 Gordons. Actually dated 02. I have one in my binder that's dated 01 for some reason. Actually, yeah, it's weird. Look, these are both 02 Gordons. No major differences on the front. I mean, there's a minor difference with the logo. That's a bit weird. But they're both... But one is an 01 and one's an 02. That's just bizarre. Must be that's a weird variant. They both go in that pile. Gordon, Henry, Edward, Thomas. That's an 02 Thomas. Thomas. And then 2 Express Thomases to finish us off, which will go here. Not quite the right style for them. They're technically style 4, but they can go on the style 5 for now. And then to finish us off, Express and Barrel. Not a lot to say there, really. Let's just keep going. This is really cool. Now, this is part of something that Ryan sent to me. I forgot I bought it off him. It's a Harold Herbert. If you don't know much about internationals, these are pretty much what I call the most coveted character cards you can buy. Now, because we've really been looking for them, we've found a lot more recently. So, they're definitely still rare. It's very hard to find lots with them in. But we're starting to see them a little bit more. We're starting to get a better idea of what's out there. But these are still really cool. The red ones are still definitely the rarer of the two. You can get these in red text and black text. Red's definitely the rarer. Red's earlier, that's why. Oh yeah, do I need to even mention that there's more? Barrel Car, the rarest character card known to man. Good old Fred. And that can go with my other 14 of him. Skarloey, Peter Sam, Henrietta, that is a Style 5. Rickety, Skarloey, Diesel 10, Handcar, Mavis, Bill, Ivo Hugh, Box, Salty, Thumper, George, Caroline. Caroline and George, I think, are 02s, actually. Thumper might be 01, though. Thumper's 02. Salty's 02. Going over there. Caroline, Ivo Hugh, Recycling, Frank. This is exhausting. That's the 01 stack. That's I don't get lots like this very often. When they put it like that, in terms of just the sheer amount of 01s. And the thing is, I don't actually think I need any of these. This is the stack that's my actual ones that I definitely need. I think the rest are just spares. And now we've got sort of the style 6. Style 7? I've got the styles right. Style 1 is these. Style 2 is these. Then you have style 3. Then you have style 4. Style 5, style 6. There we are. Salty, Thumper. Again, I'm just speedrunning through this because, like, my god, man. Pause if you want to have a quick look at any of these. Truck, not car. Hey, that's one of my old ones. Painted Eyes? I think that's Painted Eyes. This is the only challenge with having a massive character card collection and being so focused on years as opposed to variants, is you buy these massive lots just to get like 1 or 2 cards. It's ridiculous. I mean, this lot I think was a lot of 300 or so cards, and I needed like 30 of them. Yellow. Battery Operated Birdie's cool, but actually, Battery Operated Birdie, surprisingly common card. That's cool too. Surprisingly common card, simply because there isn't many years for them. So you end up with a lot of spares if you're a year collector or a variant collector, because there's only really one release. What else we got a bit here? We've got a Fred, which I didn't have this version of Fred. Would you fucking believe that? I had like so many of the other versions. And a 04 Terence Thierry. Now these cards are all ones I know I need, so I'm going to get my sleeves ready. But before I do, there's also these packs here. Don't know what that pack's from. And this one is an... Oh, this is like the Gold Thomas. So these are kind of cool. These would have been set things. Okay, now I think from memory these are the ones I definitely need. So, 01 Toad. Very cool card. Now these were ones... Now this was kind of an odd one. I, for the longest time, believed that Terence didn't actually get a 2000 release in this style. But as it turns out, he did. I think I put these in wrong too. Wait. Yeah, they go the other way. Wait. No, I had it right the first time, guys. I guess this is the flaw to filming late in the evening. But yeah. So that's actually complete. I think that's my Terence set, at least up to style 5 or 6 finished. I think 5. Scotsman, bit worn, but you know what? It's an 01 Scotsman card. They don't come up that often. 01 Neil, card I already had, but in my set, so this allows me to put one in my folder. 01 Sodaro Repair, another really, really nice card. A 2000 Duncan, which is good. That finishes off my Duncan collection. You'll see there's a few Duncans in here. 2000 Peter Sam, again, another card to finish off a segment of the collection. This lot really is just finishing off little like bits and pieces. Bill, 2000, again, another card. Doesn't finish off a segment, but does give me a new card. I've never actually had a Style 1 Bill before, I don't think. 01 Toby. I think the one in here might have been a bit better, so that might get swapped out. A card that eluded me and Ryan for fucking years, the 01 Duncan. You know, it's funny, we thought this card basically was just annoying to find. I think we've seen it in a few lots since. It's still an annoying card. Just 01 Duncan generally is just annoying. Speaking of annoying, 01 Lady, would you believe, didn't fucking have this before. Just didn't have it. I think I had it once and then I sold a box with it in it, and that was the last time I ever fucking had one, which was a long time ago. 2000 Circus Train. A lot of these are just sort of like different years. So like the Style 1, I'm pretty close to finishing the basic set in most years. I think there's only a few characters now that I'm missing. Like 1 or 2 years in. It's just a bit annoying. Percy Small Engine, which I think is a 2000, which I think I have, but I think mine is pretty fucking shot. So there's a few upgrades. 01 James, which I don't think I had. I think I had just Style 1, which is weird. Alright, now we're starting to get in some real shit. What a fucking terrible cut job on this card. My god, that's horrendous. But that is an 08 Yellow Duck. Not common. Not a common card. This was awesome. Absolutely love this card. As do I love these. And this actually is part of the reason why that Annie and Clarabelle sitting over there. The individual later releases of Annie and Clarabelle. I know you can get these in at least 06 and 07. These, I think, are both 07 cards. 06 cards. The 07s are definitely a little bit rarer. Speaking of rarer, here we are. An 06 Catherine card. Again, not a card you see every day. In fact, I think there are 2 06 Catherine cards in here. So not something you see often in this style, unfortunately. It's one of the cooler in this style though, but definitely a bit scarcer. Having 2 is really nice, so if anyone's ever interested, you know where to find me. Christmas Percy, another bit of a scarcer one. This is an 07. As is the Christmas Thomas. Two I didn't have before, at least not in these styles. Speaking of ones I didn't have in this style, Old Slow Coach. Would you believe, never had a yellow Old Slow. I've only ever had reds. So again, just adding to that sort of awesomeness of this lot. Breakdown Train. This is a basic bitch card, but it is an 05, which is a bit late. Just some of these ones that we're getting to now really are just sort of the fillers. Just different years. Except I think Musical Caboose. I think this is one I genuinely needed. Bit of a scarcer card. It's also thin, which is unusual. I would have thought it would have been thick. James Goes Buzz Buzz. Another one that I just needed. The fuck is with that fucking weird licensing? Anyone ever seen an 03 before knows that that's fucking weird licensing info. Salty. An 05 thin. Ivo Hugh. I think this is an 03. No, an 04. Very easy to find 03s for Ivo Hugh. Not the easiest to find 04s. Molly. 05. I don't think that's a year I had. We have a Terrence, pretty shitty, but I think it's an 04, year I didn't have. Douglas. Yeah, that'll be another year. Yeah, 04. Mostly 04s. This is cool. This is a Bullstrode. This is the earlier style, an 05, probably toward the end of this earlier style. This still has the SKU for the Down by the Dock set. He would actually end up getting a new SKU, and that's for the like the Lighthouse Bridge set, a little like accessory. 05 Around the Tree. We're still thinking there might be a yellow card for Around the Tree. We're not sure. I'm gonna guess 03 Percy. What the fuck? That bullshit. I've never seen a card like that before. That's fucking unusual. It's an 05 card, but with the licensing info from 03, 04. Fucking bizarre. And of course, there's a fucking another one. 05 James. Same fucking weird-ass licensing. That's fucking weird. And a fucking other one. 05 Lady. It must just be just a fucking battery operator. I don't think I've ever had 05s. So, although Thomas is normal. That's just fucking weird. I think, is that all the character cards? Is that literally all of them? All I'll say is, well, first things first. My god, man. That was a lot of shit. I mean, like, it's hard to get a grasp of the proper scale. But, my god. I guess let's go look at the last couple of things. And then we'll call it a day. You know, I really tried to save the best till last. So we have a few little pieces here. This is a Harold Herbert. So this is the international release. This is where that international card came from. This would be a 2000 release. And let's pop the flap. Let's have a look. Because usually these have an F code in them somewhere that'll tell you what the year was. We shall try the other side. Some of them do, some of them don't. It's a bit inconsistent. Let's pause this. Yeah, like as I suspected, this is a 2000, I believe. Yeah, FO1 2000. So a late 2000. Put that back in later. Next up we have the Swing Bridge, which, you know, it was Ryan's, it was cheap. I went to go, don't have this. In fact, I don't think I've ever had a Sling Bridge. It's weird. It's never one that's come my way. And then there's the Elephant, of course. Yeah, it's the James Storage set. I just couldn't resist. So this is the one that TW Orion again was selling, and I just couldn't resist it. It's not as cool to me as Trees on Track. It just isn't. I'm sorry. But it's still kind of cool. No James in this one, partly by design. I already have a James. I didn't really need another one. But kind of cool. Not necessarily worth the hype, but I still think it's pretty awesome. It feels kind of weird to say that's it, because that kind of undercuts the scale of this lot. I mean, like, if we're looking at just ones I need, ignoring the take-alongs for a second, it's these three small piles, and then whatever's over there. This is you're probably looking at about $400, $500 worth of character cards here. Probably a bit less, maybe more like 300, 400, I think would be about right. Which, I mean, still, there's a lot of variety here. I just haven't gotten around to selling any of my spares at the moment, or trading them away. I'm always interested in swaps, I'm always interested in trades. My biggest challenge at the moment for me is I just don't have time. You may have got that gist from my videos. Sometimes I just don't have time really anymore, which is unfortunate. But I'm still here in the background and I'm still trying to get things done. I do plan to update things when I get the chance. I mean, I've sort of been holding off and waiting for this lot because there are some good upgrades. But basically, stay tuned. This was a lot. I'm really going to spend the next fucking hour or so just organising those. The frustrating things they are. And I guess we'll see how I go. So, thank you all for watching, and bye for now.